Hi! I know it's been a long time. Everything has just been like bat nuts crazy around here, and so I thought I would start from my hiatus with another rendition of embarrassing things that I'd like to forget but can't. So, trying to think back, everything embarrassing that happened to me was in elementary school. So I think I might have been in kindergarten or first grade, and I rode the bus to school, and every day we would pick up this guy. His name was Josh Heritos, and he was, in the mind of a kindergartner, he was super totes my goats hot. He was tall and blonde and all the girls liked him, and he had this really great laugh. And anyway, being a girl who was raised in the Disney era, I saw him as my prince. So every day he would get on the bus and I would stare at him from in front because I couldn't sit in the back with all the high schoolers. And then I would get off the bus and he would wave to me, and I would go and sit in my room and cry because I couldn't actually be his girlfriend. So I think I distinctly remember one time jumping on the trampoline and screaming as loud as I could that I loved him, hoping that he could hear me way off in the distance and be like, "Oh, Jordan, my love," you know. That's not weird. Oh. And you know, I would see him sit on the bus with different girls, and I always, like, one of them I think was his girlfriend, and I think all the high schoolers knew that I had a crush on him because they kept like inviting me to sit with them in the back, and so I felt like a little badass. And I guess he picked up on it because I was doing this for, you know, most of the trip, just staring, loving, oh my gosh, you're amazing. So one night my parents decided that they were gonna go out and they hired a babysitter. Well, odds were she happened to know Josh Heritos. I actually don't know how we got into this conversation, but she asked me if I liked anyone. And of course, being that I never knew how to stay mysterious ever in my life, I told her that I was in love with Josh Heritos. Well, she, being a 15-year-old jerk, was like, "Oh, I'm really good friends with Josh Heritos." And I was like, "Really?" She says, yeah. I was, you know, I go to school with him. You know, I think he would really like it if you told him that you liked him. And again, being a small child who had no mystery to her whatsoever, nor did she understand when somebody was making fun of her, I was like, yeah. I kept telling her, I was like, yeah, I would really love to tell him, but he would never really like me. She was like, well, you never really know. To this day, I don't know why I left the message on his answering machine, and I really don't know what I said. It was probably along the lines of, "Hey Josh, this is Jordan Cheek. I just wanted to tell you that I'm really, really in love with you." I can't tell you how much that ruined me as a child, because it kind of cemented the rest of my life. Because, I mean, my friends didn't really know about it, they didn't really care. But it was kind of one of those things where, in my mind, I didn't make the conclusion that, oh, you really shouldn't tell guys that you like them a whole lot. Instead, I went through life doing stuff like this. "I love you so much, you just don't even know." I don't, you know, really remember when I stopped liking Josh Heritos. It was probably after he graduated and he left town and got married and all of that stuff. But for a long time, even after he graduated, I was very, very much about Josh Heritos. And every now and then I'll think about him, and you know, I try really hard to remember what he looked like, and nothing, like, the only thing that pops to my mind is Brad Pitt, because that's probably what I compared him to, if I knew who Brad Pitt was at that point. Probably more along the lines of Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who I also embarrassed myself with, not meeting him in person, but I wrote him a letter telling him how much I loved him. I didn't get anything back. So Yeah, so my life is just one continuous embarrassing stream that I have to relive from day to day because I can't seem to forget them. So, yeah. And next time we will actually talk about the time that I jumped into a ceiling fan. Bye.
Dear JTT, how are you? Being hot and funny, I bet. I'm fine, just being in school and stuff. I just wanted to write and tell you that I think you are so hot and so cool. I just love watching you on TV. Your hair is awesome. I was wondering, will you marry me? I'm only 18 years old, but I think we would be great together. I love you so much you don't even know. Love, your future wife, Jordan Cheek. P.S. I love you so